Hey guys, welcome back to Central City Barbecue. I'm Pin Master James Cruz, and we're only a couple weeks away from Thanksgiving, and I'm focusing on side dishes. It's one of my favorite parts about Thanksgiving. The turkey's great, the ham's great, friends and family even better, but I love me a good side dish. And what I'm doing this week, I'm doing a brisket dirty rice. Okay, you don't have to use brisket, you can use just ground beef or any kind of chopped beef if you like, and I'll make it really easy for you. This is ingredients that you guys can get at any of your local grocery stores. And I'm cooking it this week on this 22-inch fire disc. It's a great gas disc you guys can use. You can cook it outdoors, you bring it camping, you can put it in your back patio, tailgate, whatever you want. It's a very easy, very delicious, and absolute crowd favorite at your next holiday. Let's get started. All right, so the first thing I want to do is grab about half of a cup of some type of oil, fat, all right? Well, I make smoked brisket tallow here at the restaurant, so that's what I'm gonna use here. You guys can use any kind of cooking oil, lard, or anything like that, but just something you want to use to sweat the vegetables, okay? First thing we're gonna do, and I have this skillet heat up to about a medium heat. There's a regulator on it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna move this fat around, okay? Get it sizzling. We're gonna coat the bottom of the pan. The next thing we're gonna do, add the onions next, okay? I've got 1 cup of chopped onions. We're gonna add those. Move around. You definitely want to get these things coated up pretty good. We get some good color on them. Okay. Got 1 chopped bell pepper. 1 stalk of celery chopped. Okay. That, my friends, in the Cajun Creole world, is called the Holy Trinity. Onions, bell pepper, celery. All right. Let's get these guys moving around. Skillet gets pretty hot pretty quick, so the first thing you want to do, you want to get some color on it. Keep them moving, don't let them burn. Okay? And what you're looking for is onions to where they're translucent. Okay? You don't want them burnt. You want them basically to where you can almost see through them a little bit. You don't want them brown or anything like that. Because what happens when we add the meat, it's going to cool down the cooking process, alright? But those onions do add a lot of flavor to this pan. Next thing I'm going to add is 1 clove of garlic. Just mix it around. You definitely don't want to burn the garlic. You actually just want it to heat up a little bit. Then we go with the meats. First thing I have here is 1 pound of breakfast sausage. I went with a hot, a little spicy. I like a little spicy. I don't like it too hot, but that's not too hot. It's not going to burn your mouth off. And we have a ½ pound of ground brisket, or you guys can add ground chuck if you like. Now let's move this around. And the key here is really just smash it up. You want this cooked down to some tiny, tiny little pieces. All right, keep it moving. Don't let it sit in one spot. And actually, what you really want to do now is you want some of that fat to run down. It's going to give your rice a little moisture. Next thing you want to add is Savoy's dressing mix. Look, I'm not going out there trying to harvest gizzards and livers and giblets from a whole chicken. This stuff right here you can find at all the stores. It's great. It's got a lot of flavor. We're going to add about half this container. Okay, so 8 ounces of it. Move it all around. All right, so now that the veggies are cooked and the meat's getting a little color, we're going with our dry seasonings now. We're going with 1.5 tablespoons of Cajun lamb with green onion. That's my favorite Creole seasoning. Okay. We're going with 1 teaspoon of chipotle powder. Scrape that down in there. I'm going to make sure it's actually blended very well. You don't want any large clumps of chipotle pepper. We're about 80% of the way done. Next thing we're going to add now, we've got 8 ounces of chopped brisket. Let's add that. It's definitely a great use if you have any leftover brisket or any kind of smoked meats, really. It doesn't have to be brisket. You put some chopped smoked pork in there, chicken, whatever you want. Alright, so now that all the meats are cooked, the fats are rendered, we're going to shut this thing, we're going to turn the heat off completely. Okay? Now I've got 4 cups of extra long grain cooked white rice. Okay, it doesn't look white, does it? Because one of the things I do to add a little richness to this dish, I cook it in beef broth. Let's add that. Okay? Stir it all together. Alright, we're almost done. Last thing I need to add to this thing is about 4 stalks of green onions chopped up. Okay? Now, mixing this together, we're going to continue mixing that rice and that meat. Move, smash. Spread that rice out. One suggestion I have here, just put some gloves on and get in there, just really mix it in my hand. But you are gloveless this week. Once all the meat's cooked, you get everything mixed together, it's done. Let's plate this stuff up. And how easy was that? This stuff smells so good, I'm ready to try it. Here we go. Look at this. Our rice is cooked perfect, got plenty of meat in there. I'll tell you one thing. You might as well call that bowl a gymnast because of the balance it has. It's got a great amount of salt, spice, savoriness, meat, rice. Holy crap. I'll end up eating this whole bowl right in front of you. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. That stuff is delicious. That's why it's probably my single favorite side dish. Can be yours too, but it would definitely be a crowd pleaser. It's so easy to do too. I mean, you really start off with you cook your rice ahead of time. I cook mine some beef broth, add a little savoriness, a little richness to the whole dish. All you have to do is brown your veggies, brown your meat, cook it down. Since I did a brisket during rice, I added the chopped brisket in after. Once everything's all cooked together, add those green onions in at the end, fold in that rice. Done. How easy is that? I mean, look, side dishes shouldn't be complicated. In fact, it really shouldn't be the focus of the meal, although this one here might. Next week, we're talking turkey in preparation for Thanksgiving. Follow us on social media, follow the restaurant, follow myself on social media. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, subscribe please. Share these videos, like them if you like them, comment, make suggestions. See you guys next week.